Good morning, students, and welcome to the class of English. Children, today in this class, I am going to explain you a topic of grade 10, and that is analytical paragraph writing. Children, if I break this topic into parts, so if I first pick analytical, so analytical means to analyze if any fact, any data, any information is with you. So you analyze it and make your opinion about it. So, children, same you have to do here. If I pick another two words, paragraph writing, it means you have to write a single paragraph on the given topic. And if I suppose club these three words, analytical paragraph writing. So it means some facts, matter, data, table, charts, graphs would be there in front of you. You will have to analyze that thing and then write a paragraph. So children, let's begin with this topic to study in detail. This question, I think, would be there in your mind. So let's make the things clear to you. Children, analytical paragraph writing. So analytical paragraph is a form of descriptive writing which is written on the basis of a given chart, graph, data, outline, clue, table, etc. So while you write the analytical paragraph, children, you should describe the facts provided to you in the best possible manner and cover the entire information. Word limit of analytical paragraph is about 100 to 120 words. So your language must be clear and concise. But maintain this thing also, that it should be comprehensive. Comprehensive means covering every detail. You should not leave any point, which is important. If I talk about this question in the question paper, so this question will be of 5 marks. 2 questions of analytical paragraph would be there, and out of 2, 1 you will have to attempt. Children, if I talk about the features of an analytical paragraph writing, so analytical paragraph describes chart, table, data. Whatever you write in the paragraph, it should be brief but including every information. Every fact you write, it should be based on the chart, table or graph. Nothing should be supplied from your own side. You should not give your personal opinion. Alright? This point should be clear in the brain. Use simple and accurate language, not very literary and figurative language. And next thing is that suppose if you are writing the paragraph in present tense, so complete paragraph should be in present tense. If you are using past tense, so use past tense only. Use passive form of the verb, like Vivek plays cricket. Okay, Vivek plays cricket, and if one more sentence is there, cricket is played by Vivek. So you know very well second sentence is in passive voice. In first sentence, Vivek is more important or has been emphasized. In the second sentence, what he has done has been emphasized. Okay, so more emphasis should be that you use passive sentences. Now, this is the format of analytical paragraph writing. So, an analytical paragraph must be divided into 3 parts: introduction, body of the paragraph, and conclusion. Children, introduction, it is explained in 1 or 2 lines. Okay, according to the subject of the topic or the graph, chart, whatever it is given in. In the body, explain detail about the graph, about the relevant figures, explain trends, and we compare and contrast also. Suppose a graph is there which shows the population trend from 2016 to 2021, 16 17, 17 18, 18 19, 19 20, 20 21. Now suppose there has been a downfall in the population in 2020 and 21. So you must be able to explain that due to pandemic the population was or low, or it came down. Now if in 1617 the population was 1 billion and in 1920 or 2021 it is 2 billion, so you may be able to contrast that why this difference has come. In the conclusion or in the concluding paragraph, you have to just write the overview or summary of the paragraph. Again, children, you can see the format of analytical paragraph. There is introduction, then body, then conclusion. Now let's discuss these 3 points in detail. Children, the introduction is the first paragraph, and that should be described in brief what the graph is about, what the chart is about. As it is the opening paragraph, so it should be highly impressive, and it should introduce the reader to the context of the chart given, means what the chart is all about. Is it about population? Is it about pollution? Is it about the crime rate? Is it about any other thing? So the opening paragraph should clearly state what the chart is all about. So in the introduction you don't give the detail, you just need to mention clearly what the chart is talking about. So it is best to write the introduction in 1 or 2 lines. The body of the paragraph, children, is the main part, and it contains all the important information. Alright, so we should be very careful while writing the body of the paragraph. Children, body of the paragraph we can break into sub paragraphs, and we make sub paragraphs because it is easier for the reader to understand. So children, these are the points of sub paragraph. Number 1, organizing information. So children, when the raw data is in front of you, it is in a haphazard manner, okay, not in a sequential manner. So you should have this knowledge that how to arrange the data in a proper manner. You can mention the aspect which is the smallest or the largest in the data. Like in 1617 the population was 1 billion, in 2021 the population was 2 billion. You should mention this thing. You should contrast also various things. You should further mention about the aspect that has remained unchanged. Suppose in 1718 and 1819 population remained 1.5 billion. So why the thing remained constant? That you should explain. Suppose children, if I talk about men of India and men of England, there must be various differences. And if I talk about the differences like the height, weight, physical stature, language, okay, traditions, various things could be there which we can point out. So children, when we compare information, actually we just put forward the differences. If the chart is about a particular time period or highlights trends of several years, so mention each year in a concise manner. Or if any comparison or contrast can be done for 2 or more years, you should write about it out. Mentioning quantities. Children, when including numbers and figures, so you must be very accurate. Okay, if any percentage, fraction, ratio is given, mention exactly. Don't change the quantity. Children, you can connect the sentences using different phrases or connectors. If you think there is a relation between sentence number 1 and sentence number 2, and they should come in a sequential manner, so you must use proper connector to connect them. The last paragraph, children, is the conclusion. Okay, or the last part of the paragraph is conclusion. It must summarize the idea. Okay, and one should keep in mind again, children, that no personal opinion or conclusion or observations. Simply stick to the facts. You need to dispose information to write good analytical paragraph. Okay, so you must present whatever is provided to you. Nothing you should supply from your side, and whatever information, facts you are presenting, it should be correct. And then you must be able to summarize them properly also. Okay, because the facts would be scattered here and there. You will have to arrange them in a sequential manner, and then you will have to present it in the form of a paragraph. So children, that's all in today's video. In the second part of the video about analytical paragraph, I will explain other aspects about the analytical paragraph. So till then, goodbye and thank you.